I want you to know this.
Yeah.
And your parents may have told you this when you were young. You are not special.
Oh.
And now, Cheese-wits.
Look at you.
Ha
You got it to work.
ha! I know you figured I would not.
I did figure you would not.
Yeah, well, I figured it out.
Are you on your phone?
I am. Being such a short day, I might have to run out to work.
Yeah. Not me.
Because, wait, don't start yet.
I know. We got to wait for Chris to get here.
And tomorrow's a short day for me, too, tomorrow, because I'm going to go get my real ID.
Oh, I got mine last year because I thought, like, they kept changing the debt. Like, now it's the deadline's May. Now the deadline's October. So I got it last fall, and then I had to renew it. And I had to renew my license because the expiration date was in 25. And then they sent me another one, and it's pink.
Yeah, Chris sounds so analog today.
Huh?
He does?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's the picture from Google.
Oh. Yeah.
It's so analog. Wow. All right, Jess. The podium is yours.
Yeah, this is basically Jess's show, and everybody else is just listening in. So
It's not
I
much.
am just listening in.
There's not much to tell. I got laid off yesterday.
God damn.
Because the CEO is a
Easy. It could
easy
change.
severance package.
there's no severance.
It could change.
There's
Wait a
no
minute,
severance.
What?
There's no severance.
There's no severance.
All
Thanks.
right.
Thanks for 12 years. Have a great day. You can keep the computer.
So,
is that even legal?
so
Yeah.
I did a very quick just look. And I saw that their projection for this year was revenue of about $150 million with
Well,
cash flow of about $20 million. And there's no severance.
who projected that? Because the CEO likes
Live
to
One says they are.
the CEO likes to say things. Also, he likes to not pay his bills.
Well, that's the other thing I saw that a couple of years ago they lost in court a $10 million. Pay some fucking royalties, fuckers.
That was the last round of layoffs. And
God damn.
this time they wiped out everybody who does what I do. So we were already bare bones. There was me for country, there was a guy for hip hop, there was a woman for pop. We're all out. They wiped out.
So all the blacks are gone.
All of us black people are gone.
Wow.
There was I guess there's people in IT and the development team, like they are bare bones now. I honestly will be surprised if they still exist at the end of the year.
Well, I will be surprised too, because you have insight that I don't have, certainly. Chris may have some insight. But and the internet radio, just from a listener from outside, they can't expect to grow if they're going to be nothing more than a jukebox.
Yeah.
They just can't.
Well, and they can't be even a jukebox if they don't pay for the music.
Yeah, that too. So it looks like they're trying to do that. Dead
air.
Oh no, it looks like they're trying to do that. Hey, let's become a podcast company and just get podcasters on who develop their own shit.
No, but the podcast part of the company is not any. You know what part of the company was making money? Music.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But he fucked it up so bad. They bought us in I want to say it was the end of 2018, maybe early 2019, and drove us straight into the ground. Crashed the plane.
But what? So did your CEO come from radio?
No. No, he came
What?
from money and thought, you know what would be a fun business to get into?
Oh.
The music business. Because then I can meet all these famous people and feel like I'm a big deal.
Oh. So he is a fucktard.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, it's just.
But honestly, the writing's been on the wall for a while. And
Right.
the only reason that I didn't actively go find another job is because for one, I was complacent. But two, I really liked my job. I liked doing my job, and I liked the flexibility that my job gave me. And so I just didn't. But it was almost like I knew something was coming, because over the weekend, in between celebrating my birthday, I applied for a job at another organization.
Oh, good.
And
So we'll see. Well, nothing yet. I don't know how long it's been posted. I don't know who else has applied for it. So we'll have to wait and see.
Do you remember last week when you and I chatted just before we started, and you said something to me, and I said I think it was because I was late or something. Maybe it was a couple of weeks ago. Right, I was driving. And before we started, I was in the car and I was driving.
You said, I have a job, and I said, so do I?
Yeah. Yes. And if we didn't know each other, I would not at all have said that. But so Jess and I had this little chat, Chris, a couple weeks ago when I was in the car, and I had just before we started. She said, "Why are you driving?" And I said, "Because I have a job." And Jess said, "Well, so do I, and I'm here." And I would only say that to you because we are who we are.
Yeah.
But God damn it, I cannot. I can't understand where shit's going. I was reading, and this may be completely bullshit, but I was reading that they want to concentrate on AI.
Well,
is that anything you've heard?
No. I mean, AI is going to do what it's going to do. I think there's not going to be any substitution for humans if they want quality. And I don't know if they want quality. I don't know if, the people trying to make the money care about quality, but AI has never been really a thing that's worried me.
No, it wouldn't worry me either, because it's so just you can't really talk to AI, can you?
Well, you can talk to a wall, Wally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Go ahead. Keep going with that.
Oh, that reminds me. Hang on. Speaking of AI, I wanted to play this promo that I found for you guys. Let me see if I saved it, because if I didn't save it in the right place, then... Oh, I did. All right, hang on. I gotta wait till he's back.
Okay.
Where did he go?
I'm right here. I had to put a naughty dog away.
Oh, I thought he was powdering his nose.
That could be too.
No, my naughty dog is biting the sofa.
All right, you ready for this?
Stick.
This is
Yes.
Shitty Radio Jock posted this. This is an actual radio station's promo for a social media post.
Hey there, big news. 100.3 K-Rock is going to rock your Memorial Weekend as we salute those who served and those who support, with the voice of the Ted Nugent Band, Derek St. Holmes, in concert at Juana's on Navarre Beach, along with special guests Thin Ice and Shenanigans. Sunday, May 25th. And to kick off summer, we're giving you this show for free. That's right. Free general admission for the first 2,000 with a donation to PAWS, the Panhandle Animal Welfare Society. Sand DIP and Super VIP tickets are on sale now at krocksummerjam.com. Juana's opens at 8 with music at 3. Sun, sand, and classic rock on the beach Memorial Weekend with 100.3 K-Rock. We'll see you there. Hey there, big news.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning.
like somebody at an actual radio station made that choice and said, this is what we want to make we have professional broadcasters in the building who could easily voice this. Sure, we have radio personalities who our audience is familiar with that could do this video. But no, let's have an AI video reading it poorly.
Beware of hail in Nashville, Tennessee.
So if I'm a radio user, and I'm just not anymore, but if I were, that would turn me off instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. I would be like, what the fuck? It's not even novel.
No.
If it was novel, if it was like, if you're using it as a novelty, then, maybe a little interesting.
Do you guys remember maybe 15 years ago, there was a video that was making the rounds, and it was basically that voice for two different characters, and it was a radio guy, like a PD, and a record rep. And they're in it's a cartoon, and they're in a conference room, and they're talking in that voice back and forth to each other. What do I have to do to get this ad? I don't know. Perhaps a new computer would be nice. Like, it was. Do you guys remember this? It was like a whole thing about paying. No, do you remember it, Chris?
I don't.
Mm-hmm, very vaguely.
Yeah. It came up in my memories recently, my Facebook memories recently, and so I started to watch it again, and I couldn't get through it. And I remember thinking it was hilarious when it first came out.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, I'm gonna have to move. The boy is here mowing my lawn.
Jesus Christ! It sounded like you put your fist in the goddamn garbage disposal.
Let me move. Let me move. God damn it! And I want to show you. I'm gonna. Let me see if you can. No, you won't be able to see him. He's Mexican.
Neither will the listeners.
Well, you won't be able to. So I'll just tell you.
Neither will Scotch Line.
He's a Mexican. He's a Mexican boy.
Scotch Line? Chris,
Present your papers? What?
You didn't tell me Scott was Mexican.
Scotch Line?
No.
No, he's only Mexican on Tuesdays.
Oh. Taco Tuesdays?
I guess.
Taco Tuesday. Look at now he shuts it down. Yeah, he knew I was working.
Yeah.
So he's getting back at me. Hey, how about George Wendt?
Oh, that was sad. Yeah.
Right.
I really wish he could have done it on a day that it wasn't already about me, though.
Well,
because I had my focus elsewhere.
Yeah. So they did this first thing this morning.
Yesterday.
No, it was yesterday, Wally. We
yesterday morning.
Yesterday.
I mean, yesterday morning. So they did this first thing yesterday morning, just like, hey.
Yeah, my boss called me.
They didn't. So at least he did it individually.
Oh, yeah,
he called all three of you individually.
No, he called and he stressed repeatedly that this was not a performance issue, that I am I'm great at what I do. And I was like, no, I know.
You know who's not good at what he does? The CEO is. If the CEO was half as good as I am at what I do, at what he does, we'd still be in business.
Much better position right now.
We sure as shit would be.
But the thing is, he talked about the possibility of a rehire down. He said don't hold my breath or anything, but possibility of rehire in a few months. And I said, here's the problem. I recently learned what Spotify pays for the same thing I do, but without the on-air part.
Right.
And so now Live One can't afford me anymore.
Wow.
Hey, that's all you have to be.
No.
I mean, I'm looking at your accomplishments and your successes in your career. By the way, as I go over those, could you have at all imagined that you would excel at a career that you had not chosen at the time, as much and as well as you have?
No.
No. I was looking at it today and looking at your information, just going, fucking hell. Jess has gone, I think, so much further than that 22-year-old or 21-year-old that I knew. And just so...
I mean, I got into radio by accident. Let's be real.
Yeah, for sure. I think so, for sure. But just like... I was reading your stuff, but I read the what you put on Facebook, humble but strong, and I just fuck. There's no way at 21 she could have at all imagined this bullshit.
No,
this was like she got into it to make some beer money or something. Hey, let me do a little work so I can get out of here and go to TV and do real news.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, that's...
even if you had told me 20 years ago that I could have a whole studio in my house.
Right.
Like, I was thinking yesterday, and I haven't, like, I'm not in panic mode. I've got a little bit of a cushion. I can take a little bit of time to figure out what I want to do.
That's what you said.
But I was thinking, it would be cool if I could get some voice tracking gigs. And like, if you had told me 20 years ago that I would be able to just voice radio from my house, I would have told you to get the hell out of here. You're high.
I think so my thinking is regarding voice tracking gigs is that you would probably only do it just so you could say fresh, because the money is bullshit.
Well, the money is bullshit, but if you can stack a few of them up, like, it wouldn't be my only source of income. I tried to, this is interesting. I tried last night to apply for unemployment, and you have to, create an account on the state unemployment website. And so I put in my social security number and my date of birth, and it says, oh, you already have an account from the last time you filed for unemployment. And we've sent an email to the email address associated with that claim.
Oh, dear.
And I was like, I've never filed for unemployment in Tennessee. Like, I'm racking my brain trying to think of when I would have filed for unemployment, and I wouldn't have, because I started working a week after I got to town, and then I left that job and went to the job I just lost 9 years ago.
Right.
I've never been unemployed, so therefore I've never filed unemployment in Tennessee. And I didn't get the email saying that, I have to confirm my identity with the access code in the email associated with the claim from the last time I filed for unemployment. And I was like, I don't have that. And it was, it was last night. It was like 9:00 at night. So this morning, obviously I didn't sleep very well. So I woke up way stupid early. 7:45, I'm on the phone trying to get somebody on the phone at the unemployment office. And after 10 minutes on hold, I get a message saying the time limit for staying on hold is 10 minutes. But did you know you can go on our website and do all your unemployment stuff? And it hung up on me.
Oh.
And I was like, this is why people shoot things.
It is why they shoot things. You are correct.
So I hung up, or I didn't have to hang up. I called back, and I finally got a human. And he sent me an email, and I had to send back all of this documentation, including a selfie of me holding my driver's license so that I can prove I am who I say I am.
Good God.
Right.
And I send back that documentation. He says, when I get it, I'll call you back. That was at 8:30 this morning.
Oh, so nothing since.
Nope. So
Did they give you the email address that they originally sent?
No.
The supposed.
He didn't tell me anything. But I would love to know what it is, because COVID scam. That's not
where I'm
even.
going.
No, I have a suspicion that perhaps is someone I once was married to who was
E-R-I-
unemployed frequently.
I know the address.
So
Yeah.
that was my second guess.
Yeah.
My first guess was COVID scam, but maybe it was maybe it did happen during COVID.
I think it's, if you just send an email to
that
used
guy.
car douche, it should go through.
That's exactly right.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if that were the case, then I would help the state of Tennessee pursue charges.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell, I don't even want the unemployment. I just want to fuck this boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep your money, Tennessee. Use it to go get him.
I want to fuck this boy in the ass with a banana. Yeah. Jess, I bet you are. I don't know the vernacular that the kids use, but I'm going to say, 100. That's 100%. I'm going to say that's 100% what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could be.
One honey.
guy.
What was that, Chris?
That fucking guy.
I said 100%.
Well, honey. Yep.
One honey. You got it.
Yep.
That fucking guy is such a douche.
Yeah.
But we don't even know he did it, but
we're going to go ahead and assume that he did.
But he's a douche anyways, whether he did it or not.
Yep.
He's a douche.
Yep.
Because it's where because when he's still able to bring your brain to that conclusion, he's a fucking wicked douche.
Did I tell you guys I had a nightmare about him not long ago?
No.
Oh God, no.
I was at some kind of radio conference and I was going back to my hotel room, and as I'm coming down the hall to my hotel room, I see a bellhop letting him into my hotel room. And I'm like, wait, stop. What? And the door opens and douche goes in, and then I run in the room and his little child bride and her sister are in there and they're going through my stuff. And I'm like, what do you fucking do? Get the fuck out of my room. Like, I'm yelling at them and I'm trying to get them to stop touching my stuff. And they're like just going through my stuff. And I was like, you have to leave. And they said, no, this is our room now. And so I was like, well, I'll show them. And I grabbed all my stuff and I left and went down to the front desk to yell at somebody and get a different room. I don't know where that came from. I hadn't thought about him. Like there was no reason for that dream to have happened.
What a weird. See, I wish I used to dream. I don't dream that much anymore. But now I have these innocuous dreams that are not of any substance. I mean, I wish I would have those old dreams of like naked people, but I don't even have those anymore.
Well, there were 3 people I would never want to see naked.
Can't you just give me one fucking boner dream? But no, I can't even get those. And now it's like just bullshit. Like, oh, I'm making some soup or something. It's just shit dreams. They're just nothing dreams that I don't wake up and go, geez, I wonder what that meant. I don't have those anymore. I wish I would have some of those dreams. Like you had a great, like, I'll fucking show you motherfuckers. Like you had that's a great dream.
But then I felt gross for the whole rest of the day.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Wally, how about you just tell everybody you dreamed about Popeye's chicken and then came? Okay. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's your boner dream right there.
You know what? That's funny.
Bojangles.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of they're building a Popeyes in town because I brought that up a few weeks ago. I don't even know if it's open yet. I mean, I would not go to a Popeyes except to maybe get some beans and rice.
Time to leave town.
But the beans and rice they give
the
it's
rule.
such a small, tiny container.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Jesses moving to town. I know it. A lot of gingers.
You should be so lucky.
A lot of gingers are coming. A lot of gingers are coming.
Ginger, please.
Yeah, don't use the hard R.
I said ginger, please.
Ginger, please. If that becomes a thing, we won't even be able to say ginger anymore.
Nope. But that's good, Wally, because it'll give you something new to complain about.
Right? Me?
Yeah.
I
And
wouldn't
then all
complain
us
about it.
Southerners can walk into a restaurant and ask, yes, can I have a colored bread cookie?
They have to give you the black and white cookie. They have to come up with the ginger and white cookie next.
Yep.
It's going to be the tri cookie, the ginger, white, and black cookie. It'd be tasty. Little orange, little black, little vanilla, a little chocolate. Nice, very nice. So, what is your? Are you going to sort of Jess? Are you going to like lay low, just sort of chill for a week?
I don't know if I can chill for a whole week, but yesterday was a lot of like taking care of, I had to meet with HR to get this paperwork and that paperwork. And I had to log into shit and meet with shit, and had to get the IT guy to take the company stuff off this computer so that I can keep the computer. And, the thing that I posted was from Country Air Check. So once that went out, there was a lot of phone calls and text messages and emails to answer. So I didn't even really have time to get sad yesterday.
No, I would.
And today I tried to get unemployment, and I'm still waiting for that. And I searched a little bit and auditioned for a couple of audiobooks and started prepping one that I'm going to narrate. And, well, I'm keeping busy.
Well, hold on. Go ahead. You guys go ahead for a second. I got to talk to, you got the mower stuck.
Well, when I start, I don't even know where to look for jobs anymore because All Access is gone.
Go to Radio Insight. There's a job section.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, and then Media Jobs Report too, but go to the Radio Insight one first.
Okay. I forgot about Radio Insight. It's been so long since I've had to look for a job.
Oh, I understand.
I looked at Country Air Check, but
there's just so few. Oh, what'd you look at? Radio Air Check?
Country Air Check.
I wouldn't even know where to look.
That's what I was saying. Now that All Access is gone, I don't know where to look for jobs.
Well, you're going to be looking for.
What was
cute
was
for a big job.
My sister. When I texted my brother and sister and said I lost my job, my brother said, "Let me know when I should cancel my subscription to Live One," and I was like, immediately. And my sister was like, "There's some openings here in New York, but you probably don't want to come here." And I was like, "No." She said, "Would you work for iHeart?" I said, "No." She starts sending me links to radio jobs that she just Googled. I was like, "Okay, that's very sweet. Stop doing that."
It is sweet.
I also have Google. Stop doing that.
It's very sisterly. It's nice. It's loving.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk down. Now I'm going to walk down. Oh, this fucking... God damn it.
Wally's frozen up again.
Am I frozen?
Now you're not.
Huh.
But you were inside and now you're outside again.
Yeah, because now I have to go down and help the kid get the mower unstuck. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, getting the mower unstuck is a fucking crazy task because the mower weighs so much. It's a big, giant Toro zero-turn.
What did he get stuck
thing. On? He got stuck down by the pond in the mud.
Oh.
Because it's soft. So I'm going to walk down there. But we can still do this till I get down there. I'll mute us.
I just had the guy... It's been raining pretty much nonstop for 3 weeks now. And I had asked, when I was still employed and had money coming in, I asked for my lawn guy to come and this time, cut the hedges, and there's a tree that blocks this window that didn't used to, and I asked him to cut that back, and there was a tree thing that in the backyard that was kind of taking over, and I asked him to cut that back. And so he came out this morning and did all of that, and then he came back and he was like, "I'm only going to charge you $300." And I was like, "God damn it."
300?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It was worth it for as much work as he did. He basically cut down. I
wonder how much the full price was.
2 trees. I don't know what the full price was, but
holy crap.
I wouldn't have had a problem with 300 2 days ago.
Right.
But now I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say God damn it right now.
No. Chris, you know anybody who needs voice trackers?
Yeah, Chris is usually on the hip tip of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know anybody right now, but there was somebody who needed a traffic reporter in on the West Coast, but that was it. That's all I saw lately.
Was it live?
No, it would be voice tracked.
No.
Walk it in.
Because I can look at Google Maps.
You got to push it all the way.
Do they still have the cameras like we used
They do.
at FRE?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the only thing you need to do is look at Google Maps and see where it's red.
Yeah. And then know how to say the local street names. Mount Zion Road.
I could be
You
somewhere
ain't from
listening to
around
you.
here.
Is you?
I ain't. Sorry for butchering your town name.
Look at this. Ugh. Can you believe this kid? You guys, look at him. There he is, fucking it up. And I'm paying this guy $20 an hour. You want to come mow the lawn, Jess?
Nope. Thank you though.
So what did you say? Thank you.
I said nope. Thank you though.
Yeah.
Thanks for thinking of me. That's sweet. Appreciate you.
Oh, look at how much lawn it is to mow. It's hours of mowing.
Wally, you don't know how to point cameras anywhere. He muted. He said, look at how much lawn there is to mow, and then showed us the pond.
Oh, wait.
Sounds like you got it started.
It's a lot of goddamn... No, you got the four-wheeler started.
Oh.
Now he's got to tug it backwards. All right, go ahead. Tug it back.
Are you just
Good
standing
God
there?
Almighty. It is.
Yeah. Well, it's another great show.
What'd you say? Good God Almighty, what?
That you're just standing there. Supervising.
Yeah. Yeah, well, only one person can drive the four-wheeler at a time. We got to get it lower.
It's going to be another great show.
This is a great show.
Yeah.
Much better than
I didn't
last
know the
week's.
kid was going to get it stuck.
Yeah. Great.
I told him not to mow down here. Didn't I tell you not to mow down here? Yeah.
Oh, what was the
I told
other
him
thing
not
I
to.
sent you guys for show prep?
Yeah, what was it? There was some sort of video thing that
Oh,
was like endless.
so on LinkedIn, which I hardly ever get on,
Well, you better start.
I guess so. This guy, there are some people who just send me, they just send out happy birthday messages, kind of like on Facebook. If you're just in range and they're notified it's your birthday, they'll post on your wall, happy birthday.
Yeah.
This guy is some sort of musician. And every year since 2017, he has sent me a message saying, happy birthday, enjoy a free song from me. And he sends me a link to him covering some well-known song. And I've never responded and I've never clicked on any of the songs and listened to any of his stuff. And yet every single year he sends me a happy birthday. Here's another
Just as an FYI,
free song.
I want you to know this.
Yeah.
And your parents may have told you this when you were young. You are not special.
Oh,
Okay. Because I get the same thing every year on my birthday, which is very close to your birthday.
from the same guy?
From the same guy.
That's fantastic.
I never got anything.
But Chris, I already
come I
knew
don't
I
get
wasn't
anything?
special. Have you heard of Charlotte?
I'm sorry, what?
I said I already knew I wasn't special. Have you heard of Charlotte?
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, how's that old nursing home thing working out?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, good.
Seems fine.
All right, here's attempt number 2, you guys. Isn't this fun? This is country. This is country living.
Now, the people that mow my lawn bring their own mower.
Yeah, same.
All right, I'm gonna just leave it alone for now. Leave it alone. Yeah, come do some different work. We'll get it after we're done with this. Oh, I'm really angry at this kid right now.
Is it his fault?
Yes, it's absolutely his fault.
Oh.
I told him to mow here.
Oops.
I said, don't mow down by the water because you'll get stuck because it's too wet. Because we've had fucking endless rain. Endless rain.
Same.
It's fucking, this is the first time it hasn't rained in 4 days. And it's just fucking, it's.
Well, he's frozen again.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to go back to the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Well, today's the first day here that it hasn't rained in forever, and I don't think it's supposed to. At least 3 weeks.
And it is raining here today.
Well, you got it because we don't.
Of course.
Oh, we're supposed to get big rain tonight. Another 2 inches tomorrow.
We might
Just horrible.
finally be, like I was saying, today's the first day in at least a month that we haven't had rain. So we're good today, tomorrow,
That's
Friday,
nuts.
and then back to rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday's high 66. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen 60 in a few days.
Yeah, today's
Yesterday 51.
50-something here.
In Tennessee, we're already in the don't drop below 70 even overnight season.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say that I considered putting the heat on over the weekend. It was so chilly here.
Well, you don't have to be embarrassed by that. You just put the heat on when the heat needs to be on.
No. There's a pride about turning the heat off and leaving it off for the rest of the
Yeah,
so you need to use it again.
That's dumb.
Let's see, 59
I know, but that's how it is.
today, 65, 65, 65, 71, 69 for the weekend.
69, dude.
Everybody,
All right. I'm going to go back in.
I was going to pull my birthday off of Facebook just to see how many people actually knew it was my birthday and would write something.
Probably not as many.
I'm going to guess it would be less than 1/10.
Yep. I bet you're right.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah, the only the majority of people that, I don't know if this is true with you guys, but the majority of people who post birthday stuff on my Facebook page don't know me well enough to know when my birthday is.
Ding,
I
ding.
don't. I've never gotten a birthday wish.
Because
I don't say when my birthday is.
Yeah.
That's why.
And I don't do the Facebook happy birthdays. Like if I know it's your birthday, I'm going to text you. If I know you're
Yeah, this is the first year I put one on your Facebook, Jess. I usually send you a private message to say happy birthday.
Yeah.
This is the first year I went because I was lazy.
I would say the only exception to what I said about, the only people who post on my Facebook wall are people I don't know that well. The only exception would be my besties usually will pull up a whole bunch of pictures that we're all in together and post that with a little paragraph about how great I am. And they do that for each person. I still don't do it for anybody, but
Jess, you are so great.
I am pretty great. Thanks for noticing.
I saw a lot of folks writing on your post just and about being laid off, which when you first sent what it was, I didn't know. I had to look that up.
Riff?
I didn't know there was a new name. Yeah. I didn't know there was a new name for it.
You're not the only one, because I use the same terminology with a lot of people, and I thought it was a common phrase. Like, I've seen it in reference to radio riffs, reduction in force. And I thought it was a common phrase in 2025, but almost everybody that I said that to was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so I looked it up because I figured everybody did what it meant, and I didn't want to look like the idiot, as usual, who's not up with the times. So I looked it up first, and then responded because I figured the mood that you were probably in when you sent Chris and I that message, had I said, what does that mean? I may not be standing right now. I may have cut my own legs off.
Well, you did say, what does that mean?
Huh?
You did say, what does that mean? I didn't.
No, I said laid off, question mark.
Yeah. You said, what does that mean first?
No, I did not.
Honestly?
Yeah.
I saw it, and the first thing I was like, reading is fundamental.
That's the first thing I thought, too. I thought, reading is fundamental. I think I put laid off and then a question mark. And
okay,
then
you're right.
Responded.
You're right. For the first time ever, I am incorrect.
See? You just assumed I was an idiot.
Well,
as is absolutely fine. You should assume I'm an idiot to new vernacular, because I am certainly not caught up on what anything. Listen, it was 2 years into the eggplant emoji that I knew what the eggplant emoji meant. Oh yeah, with parm on it, great, fantastic.
I don't know.
I love it.
If you saw the comment on my post there, where all the people were, commenting on it, there was one who said, "I did the smart thing and retired from the business when I was shown the door."
I didn't know if that was your friend or not, but I was going to say, just that's the worst comment on.
Yeah, it is. And I don't think she meant harm with it, but also fuck you very much.
Yeah, it is a fuck you very much. I mean, I was in it long after that. I left when I was ready to leave. And I don't know that it was the smart thing. It was the right thing for me.
Fuck you very much, and yet she loved the post.
Well, I just was like, I loved the post because of the part, what she ended it with, but I'm not in radio anymore. I'm in digital service provider. I'm in a different industry. It's adjacent. It's similar, but it is not the same. I'm not in the radio business anymore.
The only thing is your channel probably has more listeners than the average radio station.
Maybe.
I was going to write something, but I don't know who those people are, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
So are they just playing music unaccompanied?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not listening.
No.
And unscheduled music, too.
Yep.
Wow. Well, somebody must be
the music
scheduled.
is already in there because it's been scheduled by me. It doesn't work quite like radio in that there's an end. Like it's just not going to get changed. Like the music is just all in there and it's going to rotate randomly, but it's just not going to get updated or changed in any way.
Right. I remember when I left my last terrestrial radio job, or when I knew that it was coming to an end because they'd already filed the bankruptcy, and I knew that I was done in 3 weeks. I stopped adding new music. I said, fuck it. I stopped updating it and it might have been petty, but I was just so fucking you fuckers killed this place. I was so angry at the people who killed the radio station.
Yeah.
Because it was doing well as a radio station. It was we were programmed well. We sounded good. Sales blew because we had fucking lousy salespeople, and we couldn't hire good salespeople because the package they were offering them was fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay like anything. You got to if you want good people, you got to pay for good people. And if you don't pay for good people, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And you end up with a bunch of fucking Eddie, I love the Red Sox, but I can't sell shit. You end up with that guy. I can't remember his last name, but whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You end up with Jack as your sales manager.
Yeah,
your general man, whatever the fuck he was. But I stopped. So So 3 weeks from now, Jess, whatever you put in, that's it.
I mean, it's just in there indefinitely now. It'll play forever exactly as is, or until they, I don't know, kill the whole company.
So are you saying, so could it be the same song plays every day at 12:04?
No. So the way it works is, so we have a clock, we have categories.
Yeah. Sure enough.
The categories, we call them buckets on the system. So the A bucket has these 9 songs. The B bucket has these 15 songs. The C bucket has 17 songs, whatever.
Right.
Those songs are there forever, indefinitely, until someone changes them. All of the stations take all of these buckets full of songs and they go by the clock. I'm going to play an A here, a Power Gold here, a C here, a recurrent, whatever.
Yeah.
And all of those songs are just there. And the station goes, okay, I want an A here. So it randomly picks an A that has no conflict with an artist that's played within the last hour or whatever the conflicts might be. And so
just like music scheduling software, just regular.
It is, except that it's just going to continue grabbing that same music and playing that same music randomly in random rotation, but following the clock indefinitely until somebody changes what's in each of those buckets.
Oh, It's going to be great in 10 years when I can say, hey, Jess, that classic country station you did.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, though, you got to figure that it's going to get, that A bucket, which you're trying not to play within, 35 minutes of where it played the last time it played in the same hour. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. And the system's going to go.
Well, I mean, the 2 most popular stations have probably 300 or 400 songs on them. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of, there's going to be a lot of Thomas Rhett. There's going to be a lot of fucking Morgan Wallen. So if there's a Morgan Wallen song in heavy rotation, if it plays now and then in the next hour a Morgan Wallen song from Power Recurrent plays, then that heavy rotation, that A current isn't going to play again for a while.
No, not for a while. So it's just standard stuff. But imagine if you were programming, like, I'm going to guess that when you're programming a pop, a 9 song bucket for an A bucket, that's a lot of songs, right?
Yeah, but it also depends on how frequently you schedule them. And we don't get rated by Nielsen, Arbitron, whatever. So we don't have to play songs every 2 hours. Right.
But at some point, listeners are just going to say, what the fuck, dude? They're going to be saying what they used to say about terrestrial radio. Man, these fuckers play the same 40 songs over and over and over again.
Yeah. Well,
that's what's going to happen over the next 3-4 weeks.
That's one of the reasons that I made a video for my public socials. Because like today is the day that my countdown should launch. And I was just starting to produce my countdown yesterday when I got the call. And so I did a video for my public socials just saying, hey, here's what's going on. I don't work there anymore. And I didn't say anything bad about the company. I just said, I'm really proud of the work that I did there. And it's been a great 12 years. And I can't wait to see what's next.
So does last week's countdown play this week?
Yep.
That's what will happen.
Although
and every week?
It'll just stay that way forever. But my voice tracks where I talk, that's not going to keep playing because that had an end date.
Well, plus, I'm wondering, just because I've never been in this situation before, and you're in a different business than terrestrial radio, do they own your voice in perpetuity?
I don't know. I don't have a contract, so I don't know if they do or not. But almost everything that has my voice on it has an end date. So it'll stop playing eventually.
Right.
But that
And
end
it
date,
must-
depending on what kind of station it is, that end date might be 2050.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna have to guess or think that you're probably somewhat timely. You're talking about timely shit. So you say when
Not
you
for
say
those.
last week,
No, not for
when
those. For
Morgan
the cuts that are
Wallen was-
dated to run to 2050, those are like, we have stations called, the former we, have stations called like artist DNA stations, which are like, every artist that somehow touches on Fleetwood Mac, whether they were inspired by them, they worked with them, they whatever.
Right.
Fleetwood Mac is a bad example because I wouldn't be the voice on that, but Miranda Lambert. If we had Miranda Lambert DNA, it would be every artist that that she's worked with, that she's written with, that she's influenced by, that are influenced by her, and then like my talking points would be stories about those, so they'd be evergreen.
Yeah.
So anything that was dated for 2050 is evergreen. Anything that I say last week is dated to end within a couple of days of when it goes up.
So, just a general, and see if Chris, what do you think? Do you think, or do you have this feeling? I'm listening to you talk, Jess, and this DNA thing. It's the first time I've heard that term, but I understand what it is. Have we fragmented, or has it become so fragmented that you need these? Is there a big enough audience for these little fragments of radio or entertainment? Is there a big enough audience for
because
each one of
those are
those?
not expected to be things that you're going to come back and listen to every single day. Those are just sort of they're original content for music fans. So if you're a Miranda Lambert fan, that's a station you're going to want to listen to at least once. If you're a Fleetwood Mac fan, you're going to want to listen to the Fleetwood Mac station.
Right.
And they're more all genre. So Miranda Lambert has worked with people in rock and pop, and there's other influences in there. Same with Fleetwood Mac. There's going to be this wide range of influences in there that makes the station really interesting to listen to, and it's different than anything you're going to find anywhere else.
It also sounds like, and do you pick out that stuff yourself when you're putting together one of those DNA? You're curating it, right?
Yeah.
It just sounds like there's a lot more work.
Yeah.
In this sort of entertainment or internet radio than there is in regular radio.
Yeah, for sure. Because this is like
a lot more shit going on.
A DNA station is almost like a special. Like if you were a terrestrial radio, it would almost be like one of those specials that you would run on Memorial Day weekend. You would do all of the work to put together this special that has this theme. That's basically what these are, but they're just available forever. So you can listen to it whenever you want to or not. It's just there for you if you want it.
Once you put it together.
Yeah.
Well, that I'm pissed off for you right now. I'm just thinking, man, all the fucking work you put into this shit, they get to keep it and use it.
Yeah. The stations that I created, like I came up with the concepts and I created and built them, and I captured content from an artist last week that you wouldn't have heard of because she's new, but it was for our Latin country station, and she was going to be the host, and that whole interview is here on my computer, never to be used in any way.
Adios.
Yep.
Unless she becomes like super famous doing something else and she gets some sort of big interview, and here's your first interview that was never used.
Yeah.
And then you go on. Man, it's such. So even now, as we have talked over the years, as we have talked about how dirty radio became as a business, it sounds like you're in a business that's on the same path.
I don't know if the business is, but this company certainly.
Yeah, well, because it doesn't sound unlike iHeart. We don't pay our bills.
But you know why?
We fucking go to bare bones.
Because it's for the exact same reason. Somebody with money, with no passion for the product, with no understanding of the product, came in and bought the company and then drove it into the ground. Because it's the exact same thing. He has no concept. He bought a company where the previous CEO knew the names of every single person who worked there and what value they brought to the company. I've never worked for somebody like him before. This CEO has no idea who I am or what I do for his company.
Right. It feels like, so the big mistake here might be any of these companies that go public, they stop answering to the people who actually use the product, and they start answering to the people who are looking to make money off their investment. And they just bash it because it's you work. It's a public company. It is a public company.
Yeah.
Stock owned by stockholders. They go to big meetings and they're bound to their mission is to make a profit, and a profit that makes their investors happy.
I think the difference is that our original company, the Slacker Radio company, we were still referred to internally as the Slacker team. Like that's all of the developers, anybody that came from Slacker is still referred to as the Slacker team. And that core team of people, including my boss and the guy who is over the developer side, really cared about the user experience and really cared about super serving the people who listen. So this was a decision that they fought and scratched to keep from happening, but at this point there was just nothing else that could be done. Like I'm not mad at my boss who had to do the job of firing me. I'm mad at that fucking CEO.
Right, but that's radio exactly.
Yeah.
The people in the building all care about it, but it's the people who most of the people inside a building at a high-art radio station love what they do and fight like hell to keep their station on air and relevant. It's the people in the fucking suits. It's the guys in ties who fuck it up. The people who are going to their investor meetings, and that's where it all goes wrong. It all goes wrong once you get outside of the building. Yeah, and the people who come in from Vegas and Sacramento and Austin or wherever the iHeart somewhere in Texas, it's where when those fuckers come in and fuck up the people who actually do the work, like it always is, right? It's like every fucking place. The people who work at Walmart have the same situation. They work hard, they love their jobs, they love getting paid, they don't get paid shit, and they're at the whim of the people who fucking name Walton.
Yep.
It's just, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But honestly,
I hate it.
Ultimately, aside from, the fact that there's no paycheck coming in until further notice, it's probably a good thing.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I hear you. I think it's bullshit you don't get a severance.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit too. I gave him 12 years.
I think they should at least say, hey, listen, we're going to pay you a week for every fucking year you were here, whoever you are.
They don't have the money. They can't do it. There's no money.
Hey, that fucking guy who owns the place, he's walking away with money. Don't think he's not.
No, he's not, because they, I can't really go into the details, but they got a new, they had to take in a new loan to pay some of these bills. And in order to, like, part of the terms of the loan were that they had to eliminate costs.
Yeah, I read a couple of things. Some of the stuff that I read.
Assets.
Yep.
Oh, did they have their assets seized?
Well, there's a lien on all the assets.
Yeah.
So they might as well be seized because they're not coming out of the bankruptcy.
Just look out, that computer that you have. That might be on the seized list.
That is a ticking fucking time bomb right there, Jess.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hey, listen, it's coming up on 4:00. I got to shave my balls before I go out tonight.
Oh, yeah. We're probably going to get cut off soon anyway.
Yeah. So, y'all be good.
All right. Talk to you next week.
We'll talk next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.